Hello all and welcome to my unboxing of a Sorcery Contested Realms Arthurian Legends box. Now, I was going to say before I get into this box, some stuff I want to say, but I can say it while opening it. You know, two birds with one stone. I got this box at a lovely shop in San Francisco. And when I was talking to the lady about their distributors, sorry, I'm using some tweezers here because I don't want to scratch the box, because look at how pretty this box is. So for those of you that don't know, which is probably all of you, because the only people that know this are those that know me in real life, the reason I got into this game is because I love Arthurian lore. I love it so much. I love the story of the Green Knight. I love the story of the questing beast. I love the story of the death of Arthur, Le Mort d'Arthur. I love Marion Zimmer Bradley's Miss at Avalon. But more importantly, when I saw this box, I was like, oh my God, this is like a gilded, embossed book. It looks like a book. It looks like a sorcery of Contested Realms. And so the box is just beautiful. And of course, you have Excalibur, which I hope to open in this box. Yada, yada, yada. Holy Grail. That's Percival, which is amazing. God, it's just, the art in this game is fucking off the charts. And I swore within the first 2 seconds of the YouTube video. GG. So, oh, I don't want to scratch the box. Jeez Louise. That is a adhesive sticker. Oh God, I'm making myself cringe. There we go. Okay, well, I nicked the box a bit. GG. I just said how much I love the box, and then I did that to it. So, I got this box at a lovely store in San Francisco. And when I saw the price, I asked the lady, hey, could we just do $10 off? Because I figured, you know what? Why not just ask? Why not be that fucking guy? Because, you know, I yammed it up with her, and I know the manager of the place, and I got a good relation with all those people. And she said, let me see if I can do that. And, you know, a few minutes later, after she'd made a call, she's able to do so. So let's take a look at this box topper here. Now, the box topper is going to have the Templar, the Druid, and the Druid's pets, and some tokens. And I think I will crack it. I was debating if I keep it sealed and give it to somebody to get into the game. But I plan on, when I'm able to, getting a case of this set, because I just love everything about it. So I actually have a knight deck. It's my favorite deck. My goal is to put every single knight in it, and like every sort of like ruler and stuff. And then like, you know, King Arthur and Guinevere and all that. So we got the Templar, the Druid. So funny thing about the Druid, and this is a bit of a downside that I've found out with Sorcery as I've played it, there are a lot of erratas for cards. Now, a lot of the erratas for cards are rules clarifications, because the way the wording for a lot of rules in this game is sort of, it's very flavorful. And so, of course, you get like impecunious people that really want to henpeck the details of rules and be like, I'm actually judge. You know, you need an errata to make a very clear distinction. But there's an errata for the Druid here specifically that changes how the card works. So normally you tap and play or draw a site, and if you play the site you don't control Tawny, you summon her there. That only happens the first time you play a site each game. So in other words, you can only ever get one Tawny. And Tawny's very strong, you know? Airborne Spellcaster, very powerful. Especially some of the Gothic cards that like self-destruct and detonate and things like that. If you had infinite Tawnies, ooh, that would be rough. Nice little rubble. I always actually like getting the rubbles and like rules thing. And I love, oh man, look at that. Arthurian Legends, a foil honoring a knighting of the artists of this set. And the Holy Grail itself. Oh, actually, you know what? If we get Percival, I'm using that as a token. I'll even sleeve it up. I don't care. All right, so that's just, you know, the token. That's small potatoes. Now, I know the hits in this set are, whatchamacallit, Ring of Morgan, the triple threshold sites, all that sort of stuff. In my first 3 boxes of Arthurian, I got 2 Glastonbury Tours, I got Morgana, I got Arthur, I got Percival, or not Percival, I got Pellinor, which is one of the genuine unique knights. And while, you know, Ring of Morgan would be great and all, I really am looking for the knights I don't have. Briar Patch is actually a good card. I like that. Wyvern, got plenty of them. White Knight, and for our elite or unique, it is... Okay, so now this gets me on the topic I want to say. Now, this says unique. It's Sir Ironside. Here's the thing about this set, and this is something people don't like about the set. I think it's a clever way they did it. A lot of the uniques in this set, because uniques are only one-ofs in your deck, they are printed at the elite rarity level, meaning you're going to get a lot of uniques that aren't really hard to hit like a genuine unique would be. And so because of that, people will say this set's a little silly, Billy. Wait, what the heck? Isn't the last card in a thing always a sight? Why am I getting a Sherwood Huntress? Maybe I'm tripping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're going to put this in our elite section. We'll do like elite, unique, foil elite uniques, and then foil ordinaries, exceptionals. Now, something I learned about this game, and I've got a bit more familiar with, at least internet-wise, are curios. And I saw in the Sorcery Discord server a curio for the Green Knight. And the story of the Green Knight is one of my favorite stories of all time when I read it. And the way I conceived of the Green Knight in my head was like a noble wreathed in green. You know, that's one of the ways that he was described. And the curio art for the Green Knight in this game looks exactly how I pictured it as a kid back in the day, so you know. Oh, a Valor! Now, this is a card close to home for me. This is an elite. My first ever foil in this game was a foil Valor. So, you know, nice having that. Unfortunately, I already got my playset, so far, we're not getting anything we don't already have. So far. But it's only 2 packs. And again, hits are great, you know, but I'd like to get the flavorful things I'm looking for, which is dumb. You don't crack packs for that. You buy singles for such a reason. Ooh, Atlas on the back. What will it be? Yeah, I want a smaller desk this time, so I gotta really be careful with my... Ooh, Face City. I like Face City. Sword and Shield, cool. Tooth Fairies, and for our Elite Unique, Sir Ballin. I'm already been ballin'. I already got one of you, buddies. So he says unique, but he's really an elite rarity. I really like these. You know what's really interesting? So in games like Magic or, I don't know, Flesh and Blood, not really. That game's way different. But in games like Magic, you always want to have like a lot of 1-drops, a lot of turn 1 cards you can play. And in my Knight deck, all of my turn 1s are things like Forge or Common Village. So it's like I play it, and I make a Lance that my Avatar picks up, or I make a Foot Soldier that I can later use Knighthood or something. So it's nice having those sites that like double as like a resource sink later in the game if you have like a dangling mana and you can, you know, just do something with it. Or a nice little turn 1 accelerant, you know? So it's just a nice little setup. Very powerful cards in my opinion. Very good standard. Ooh, Tournament Grounds. I love the flavor of this card. Anyone may cast Knights, Sirs, or Dames to the site and may do so for no threshold. It's so cool because it's like, when you play this, it's like the place where all the fanfare, the pomp, and the circumstance for Knights are. So of course, thresholds, whatever, they've already got the pomp and circumstance, but you can invite your enemies into the Tournament Grounds. So it's like a very flavorful. Bailey, I think, is a very good card. Knighthood, I was just talking about that and using a Common Village. Woo, what is this? I actually don't have one of these. Invasion. An elite aura overwhelms an empire. At the end of your turn, summon a Foot Soldier token to each affected enemy site with no units. Last 3 of your turns. So this is like a... It's either like a control deck closer or swarmer, or it's like a weird aggro deck finisher, because you just like swarm your enemy. Because the thing with auras is they're placed at like the place where 4 sites intersect. So this is actually affecting 4 sites. And lasts for 3 of your turns. It happens at the end of your turn. So at the very most, you get 12 Foot Soldiers. Huh. That was pretty good. Yeah, that's actually, I like that card. That seems pretty freaking good. Oh, did I just not? I didn't even add Sir Ballin to the pile over there. Shows how little I didn't care. And I shouldn't be like that. I should care. Because I never know. There might be somebody out there who's like really desperate for a Sir Ballin, and they can't get it for some reason. Meanwhile, I think I have like a freaking foil of him or something like that. I know I've got a foil Sir Kay and Sir Ironside. That's really sick. Man, the foils in this game are so pretty. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Oh, hold on, guys. I hear the call of the troll. What in the world do I mean by that? I mean that I have my teacup, my little Troll teacup. Well, teacup. It's more like a giant mug. I know. It's like, do I have small hands? No. This mug is just ridiculously big. Nice little performative sip and sigh. Ooh, pukas. That's another thing I love about Arthurian Legends, and what I love about this set, the idea of like cold wrought iron, denying the Fae, the idea of the more like the Fomorians, the like giants, the sort of like Tuatha Dé Danann themed stuff, which is a bit more like Celtic, cultish, Pictish mythos, but it's intersected. Boudica's in this set, you know, of the Iceni. Yeah, this game, it blends history and mythos so perfectly well, like in the way that I love that esoteric, low magic fantasy feel. And, we got a foil after this, by the way. A Wizard's Den! So I already have one of these, and I actually really like this card. So now I have a playset. Wizard's Den, an elite site for undisturbed study. Genesis, draw a spell when the site is first attacked successfully. Genesis, draw a spell, period. Then it says, discard a spell when this site is first attacked successfully. So that's really good, because the card draw in this game, the design team for this game really understands the slower paced sort of iambic pentameter of like limited resources leading to more complex, creative, intelligent decisions. And so the less card draw, the less like I have all my options available, the more impressive the way people maneuver. So not only does this thing draw you a spell, it's a sight. That's like a sight that draws you spells crazy. Ooh, a foil Black Knight. So I already have one foil White Knight. So now they can match each other. 5 mana with a fire and water threshold required. 5 damage, 3 defense. Because this is silly. The way I remember it is it's D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons. So damage, defense, D&D. Because in Magic, it's power and toughness. And I think the total number, like if it were a shared number, you call it power. An exceptional mortal sides with the strong. Sides with the strong. Instead of sides with the cruel, sides with the strong, because it's an alliteration, SNS. Cost 2 less to cast if you have more life than each opponent. Now the funny thing is, with the Templar here, I have played White Knights and Black Knights for 2 mana. And it pisses people off. They're like, ah. And they don't get mad because they see it as an exceptional. They're like, oh, okay, fine, that's fair. I was like, yeah, sure, buddy. Ooh, Tax Collector. That card seems pretty brutal. I like these guys, by the way. The Threshold Servants. 2 mana for a 2 that gives you Threshold. It really makes running 4 Threshold decks very viable. And specifically in my Knight deck, running these guys, I can then run Knighthood on them and stuff, which is really helpful. Of course, the best thing would have all the tri-sites, which, by the way, the only tri-sites I have are 2 Glastonbury Tours, which is cool and all, because there's the Hill people, and as I mentioned, like Tuatha Dé Danann and Celtish. My last name's Elliot, and I have a lot of Scottish heritage and blood and history in my family, so I appreciate that, but I would actually not like 2 Glastonbury Tours in my collection. I'd like, 1 of each. So doubling up on just one of them feels awful. Sir Tristan! I have one of you already! No, Sir Tristan, no! What art thou doing? Oh, the Wizard's Den I didn't even put over here, by the way. What am I doing? I'm so bad at this. The good news is, compared to my other videos, I'm at least opening every bloody pack on the camera this time. Alright, well, let's fetch that Wizard's Den while we're at it. Right there you are. Beautiful Wizard's Den. That's actually a card I was hyped for as well. So far, not a single genuine unique, which is a little worrying. A little worrying, but that just means that we're going to have an explosive finish. Huh? What does he mean by that? Sorry. So Beacon. Cool. I like cards like this. Ah, Vengeful Heir. I have only one of these. I think when I run a real Knight deck, like my idealized version, which isn't super powerful, it just has every Knight, I don't know if I want to run Vengeful Heirs. Because if you're like running 2 of them, you're really saying like, oh, I need more dead guys, essentially. As an additional cost to cast this, you may banish a dead Knight, Sir, or Dame. If you do, Vengeful Heir is summoned as a copy of that minion. So this guy sort of is like taking up the mantle of a dead Sir or Knight, which is very cool. It's very flavorful. You killed my father. I will redeem him and embolden his ways. Thank you, Vengeful Heir. You will be going to the knight deck. The issue is I don't think I have enough knights to run 2 Vengeful Heirs. I feel like I'll just like have Vengeful Heirs that sit in my hand all game. And then they'll be not only vengeful, they'll be pissed off. Vengeful for nothing, pissed off at everything. But yeah, my favorite of the knights is Lancelot, because a thing about Knights of the Round Table is they're all sort of known for being the best at a certain thing. And later on, in the more, what would you say, apocryphal texts of Arthurian legend, apocryphal texts, like they're angels or something. Later on, you start getting like silly knights, like Sir Tom Thumb is the smallest. Sir Galahad is the most charming. Sir Pelinor's the most strong. But Sir Lancelot's the most honorable, or the most valorant. Black Knight again. Ooh, what in the world? Riddle Bogart. 3 mana for 1 water threshold for 3 power. Okay. And it's power because it's just 1 number. It's not damage defense. An awfully unpredictable elite fairy. Uh-oh. Unpredictable. Let's see what happens here. Actually, what is this guy? I don't even know what the heck. It's like a boar, fairy winged, seahorse body with like wyvern humanoid hands and a sort of unicorn horn proboscis. This is a crazy creature. At the start of your turn, Boggart gains a random mutation until the end of turn. Airborne, ranged, lethal, or +3 power. That is awesome, because a Boggart is a thing that changes forms all the time. Oh, God, dude. I didn't even know that card existed. That is, man, I love it. I love it. Well, still no genuine uniques. It's funny, you know, I keep saying no genuine uniques, but in the other 3 Arthurian Legends boxes I got 2 Green Knights, Organa, 2 Glastonbury Tours. Like, I got, like, the evil. Well, I don't consider the Green Knight evil, because, you know, he's actually an honorable sort of test. I think he's like more like a force of nature, force of the world than evil. Like, Morgana's evil. King of Poachers, Saracen Raiders. God, this is what I'm talking about, man. Sir Ballin. Get your ball over there in. Oh my God! No way! What? No. What in the world? Okay, what the actual... So my first ever beta box, I get a foil Philosopher's Stone. My first ever Arthurian Legends box on recording, I get the Curio Green Knight. The one Curio in the entire game I'd ever want. The only other one coming close would be the Step, the one with the Jihad Crusade matching. Oh, well, you know what? There's no way. Did I open that pack on camera? I swear, hold on. I swear it's not scripted. 1 second, guys. Let me get some sleeves. What? What the hell? Oh my God, ain't no way, yeah. That is amazing. That is actually so unbelievably amazing. You guys actually, like... I'm telling you, man, this game is magical. Erik Curiosa, you are a magical son of a gun. Seriously. There's no freaking way. There is no way. Literally my favorite art in the whole game, and I was unlucky enough that it was a freaking curio, and I got it. I mean, it sounds silly because, you know, it's just a card game, but, like, I feel blessed. Like, things like this make me think there's much more rhyme and reason to the universe than the so-claimed randomness. That is so beautiful. Oh, man. I don't want to... I'm emotional. I don't want to cry, but, you know. Wow. Oh, my God. I was just bitching and moaning about Sir Ballin, and now Ballin was balling with the Green Knight. Oh, man. Oh my God. Well, I'm just lucky, man. There's no way. Oh. I mean, the rest of the box, the rest of the box could be so misprinted that it's a bunch of blank cards that have no value. I don't care. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm content. I'm so content. Oh man, content's not a strong enough word. Cursed Land. That's cool. That's cool. Sorry, I know I'm not reading these cards out loud a lot. Oh man. Whew. Come on, focus. Wow. What in the world? Like, hold on, let me put them in the trees of magic. Yes. In the forest where you belong. I mean, I could tell the story of the Green Knight as well. Throwing the gauntlet down, saying, "You may strike me once, but then I will strike you." The knight strikes him, decapitating him. The Green Knight picks up his head, and then says, "Hey, yo, find me in 3 weeks, and then I'll strike you." Wolf and Tiger. So there's a term in Magic called tribal, or I think that's like PC bad term or whatever. Anyways, there's a term in Magic that was called tribal or is called tribal, where it's like you have all creatures of the same type that have synergies. Wolper Tiger is or Wolper Tinger is like that because it says 4 mana, 2 earth threshold for 0 power, but it actually is an elite beast of tooth, claw, and horn that has +1 power for each of your dead beasts. Now this is a really good ability because a lot of beasts like ominous owls and sly foxes and red breast, whatever they're called, the birds in this set, a lot of these 1-drops are really nice early accelerants for the start of the game. And then as they die over the course of the game, you can drop these for boom, big, powerful, rabid creatures. And so like a very nice bestial themed deck would be really cool. And what's really nice about this set specifically is I really feel like Arthurian Legends, they went all in on the idea of making 4-color sets. Because you want to do like a 4-color beast deck. You want to do a 4-color giants deck you want to do purely for the Thunder Giants, which are really cool, by the way. But I think if you were to do a real giants deck, you'd take out air. Oh, 4-color. Polymental, I mean. Oh my god, the Green Knight. What in the world? What in the world? What in the world, man? That's amazing. It's so amazing. I'm going to be gushing about that forever. I wonder what's rarer, a foil Philosopher's Stone or a Curio Green Knight. I assume Curios are way rarer. Sisters of Avalon, Degradation, Giant Killer, and yes! Yes! Caerleon Upton Usk. A unique site and city of legions. Earth Threshold, Fire Threshold, Rock and Flame, and then a moat with Water Threshold. Only provides mana and threshold while in your back row. Oh, so happy for that. Oh, I think I already have a foil Sir Gawain, but oh, that is freaking sick. It says foil unique. It's really a foil elite, so we'll put in the foil elite unique slot. Oh, and this, by the way, this is unique. We need to put that in the unique slot. Well, that was a banger pack. Okay, well, this box is amazing and super worth it. You know what? The way I got this box and the place in San Francisco was super magical as well. Like, I just yapped it up with a lady. It's a place I went to over time playing Magic, and I know the manager there. He actually has the same name as me and stuff. You know, we just talked about the high schools we went to, yada, yada, how long we've been living. You know, like real, not like small talk, like real talk, but not like invasive deep talk or anything like that. But like, you know, talking to people like humans, not like workers or whatever, you know? I hate stuff like that. And the lady, you know, she was so sweet and so nice and like, not like in a really weird way, like a super servile worker way, but like in a really like human way. It was just nice yapping with her. And you know, she picked this box. I'm going to thank her. You know what? I'm going to go there and I'm going to thank her personally. Nah, that's a little weird. I don't know. Thank you. Ooh, I've already got a golden heart, but I do like how pretty it is. An elite instrument to soothe and beguile. Strike damage and loss of life caused by nearby units is reduced to 2. So I think that's really good in like decks where you have like big guys that you don't want dying. Because the idea is like you have the bearer of this thing like a sight behind, and then your guy that is in front will take like a step away from said sight and attack. And then your guy that's bearing it will step behind him so that if everyone tries to clap back, the damage is mitigated. So, golden harp, quite beautiful. A freaking I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out about it. I'm geeking. No, I'm not geeking. But like, look at it. Oh my god. He's so cool. He's so cool. There was a show on a BBC, the British Broadcasting Channel, called Merlin that I really loved growing up. And I think it's partially where a lot of my love for Arthurian legends spawned. Peasant Revolt. Wow, so we got that invasion and now we got Peasant Revolt. Unique magic to level the playing field, destroy everything unique or elite in the realm. Ooh, that's so well flavored. The peasants rise up against the elites and uniques. That's really cool, actually. That's a nice effect. What's the flavor text, I wonder? I exhort you to consider that now the time wait, this is from... Oh, sorry. I feel like I've read this in a history book before. I exhort you to consider that now the time has come, appointed to us by God, in which ye may cast off the yoke of bondage and recover liberty. John Ball, 1381. Yeah, I have read that. I don't know where. Oh, man. But anyway, something British. British. I can do that. I'm half British. Well, full British, depending on how you look at it. But I say half British. Half endemically British. Let's put it like that. Making it as least politically derisive as possible. Full citizen British. No, okay, no, because I'm not a citizen. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Anyways, moving on. Seriously, Avalon. Attack by night. Yellow Knight. Salmon of Knowledge. Salmon of Knowledge. 3 mana. 2 water threshold. 0 power. This is going to have a crazy ability. An elite beast offers elusive insight. Submerge waterbound. Okay, so it's a 0 power that's waterbound. This thing's going to be crazy good. Other units at this site may fish. Tap, roll a d20 on a 14 or higher, banish Salmon of Knowledge, and draw 3 spell. Whoa! Whoa! So like I was saying, those like common villages and stuff. You have like your little foot soldier. You have like what, 25% chance? Because you need a 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Or no, on a 14 or higher. So 14, okay. That's not too bad then. Whoa, dropping them cards. That's a cool card. I think that's good. Early game, get some like low cost guys, get a quick card draw payoff. That's awesome. You know what's more awesome? Kira Green Knight. Sorry, I'm just gushing. I am gushing. But by the way, that's going straight in my deck. Like, I don't care. Oh, you should get it graded. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I am playing with it. Cards are meant to be played and loved. Well, no, they're meant to be loved. Sir Lamorak. I don't think he's a true unique, but I don't have him, so I am quite happy about this. 4 mana, 2 earth, a well-grounded individual with a bit of fury because he has 1 fire threshold. 4 damage, 3 defense. Grounded but aggressive. Let's see what he does. Wait, Sir Lamorak is the martyr, I thought, isn't he? This unique mortal's death will be avenged. Oh, shit! Is he the scout that got caught? Fuck. There's so many of the knights that I forget all of them specifically. Like, I know the original 7, of course. But, Death Right. Strike each nearby enemy. Ooh, that's pretty good, actually. I like that. Because you can play him like a fight me, you won't. You play him, and even if you defend with him, he gets to strike again. So essentially, you can bust out 8 damage if you defend and he dies. That's pretty good. And they lashed all at once to Sir Lamorak, but anon at 2 strokes Sir Lamorak had slain 2 of them, and the other 2 fled. Mallory, the death of Arthur. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Wow. By the way, I know these guys can be curios. Not that I'm fishing for another one. Not that I'm fishing for another one. It took me too long to do that. It lost its funny. I mean, I'm generally not trying to, like, engagement bait. I hate when people do this, but, like, I am curious if any of you are in a similar boat as me, like you love Arthurian lore and stuff. Who's your favorite knight? Not favorite character, you know? Who's your favorite knight? And yes, Mordred does count. Even though he's a piece of... Ooh, we got a foil. The Great Drowning of Men. 7 mana, 4 water. So this is going in a purely water deck, I assume. A unique aura of inevitable erosion. At the start of your turn, destroy affected sites and flood the resulting rubble. Then submerge everything atop them and dispel the Great Drowning. Jesus Christ! That's the great game closing of men. Oh my god. You know what's cool? In my beta box case, I got the Hubris of Atlantis or whatever it's called. So that plus this are like very similar effects. That's cool. And a foil. Ooh, a foil bog. I actually really like how that looks. Yeah. Look at how like blood moon and ominous the sheen of the red looks. And like the anti-penumbral flame around the eclipsed moon. Or the eclipsed sun, I mean. That looks freaking sick. What in the world? That looks beautiful. The foils in this game are so pretty. Yeah, guys, I will repeat myself a lot because I mean it every time. I really do mean it. Man. Man, oh man. I need to find some people to play with because I need to... Well, here's the worry actually I have. I am fed up with Magic, and because of that, I kind of got manipulated into getting into Flesh and Blood, which I do like, but Flesh and Blood's player-based. Oh my god, a Pendragon banner. 4 mana. An elite relic inspires the chivalrous. Nearby allies have +1 power while there are no enemies here. Now, I think that is active if you don't have a bearer. Not sure, though. Still good. Going in the night deck, of course. King Uther. Oh, yeah, Uther isn't in this set, which is a little strange to me. I wonder if Uther's supposed to be like King of the Realms, because King of the Realms, his whole thing is he's the tyrant that like grips the populace. He takes control of all the humans. And then King Arthur inspires loyalty and courage, and people, all units, all humanoids, or everything, not just mortals. Everyone becomes loyal to their original king. So King of the Realms, I wonder if that was supposed to be like a prelude Uther, and then King Arthur shows up and actually inspires what true loyalty is, not tyrannizing people over fear and wresting control of them, but freeing them to their own leaders. Yeah, I'm obviously getting a little schizotypal with it and reading a little too much into it, but I do mean it. Like I get a story just reading the mechanics of this game. Iron Mentalis, the immovable golem. Funeral pyre. White Knight. Rebix! Yo! I've been wanting some giants for a while now. Yes, the evil Fomorian. 5 mana, 2 fire, 4 power. A unique giant spoiling for a fight. Nearby allied giants have charge. Rebix rumbled his voice a thunderous roar. Blunderbore, my friend. Hunger grips me to the core. Yeah. We're making a giant deck now. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. I open the cards, and the cards make the rules of what I'm going to build. It is what it is. Sorry, guys. I got a green deck. I got my favorite card. Like, oh my god. Like, ugh. I will now say what I also want is a Curio Lancelot. No, I'm kidding. Well, I do want that. But Green Knight's my favorite. I think the only reason I actually want a Curio Lancelot is because Lancelot's my favorite. Grand Old Boar. We now have a place at Grand Old Boar, so I can finally do a proper boar deck. An elite beast of gnarled tusk. 5 mana, 3 earth, 5 power. Has charge if there are dead squeakers. So I've been sort of skipping over them. Ooh, foil bonfire. Ooh, I like the flames. And the dawn right behind him emerging. That nice little shimmer. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So the boar theme in this game is you have these 4 ordinary squeakers that when they die, you look through a limited amount of cards in your deck to find a Pigs of the Sonder. And when they die, you look for Grand Old Boars. And so the idea is that you're killing these little piggies, these little piglins, or that's a Minecraft thing. You're killing these little like piggies, and their like older siblings get pissed off. The Pigs of the Sounder get brought up. And you kill the Pigs of the Sounder, and then their parent, their mama or their dad gets pissed off, and that's the Great Old Boar that comes to avenge them. What are you doing killing my children? How dare you? Knighthood, a Sealy Court. So I have an Unsealy Court. An Unsealy Court says something like, at the start of your turn, each player discards cards equal amount of fairies you have. I wonder if this is each player draws. We'll find out. 6 mana, 2 water, 5 power. A benevolent forum of the fairy elite. At the start of your turn, players draw a spell for each fairy in the realm. Well, there you go. I already knew it. Ooh, a foil annual fair. Oh, look at that. Look at the colors. I know that we're living in the best time in human history. I know. Medicine, cleanliness, sterility, technology, information, card games. But looking at art like this makes me wish if I could like live in a picturesque kind of world. That's the beautiful thing about art and mythos and stories. They inspire us to like beauty. God, it's so good. There's a really upsetting trope in like anachronized historical media where the medieval times were all dreary and drab and dark brown leathers and studded this and that. But in truth, people were rife with color and life and love. Man, wattle and daub buildings. God, that's beautiful. And I run these cards in my night deck, so that's also going in the night deck. It's nice getting cards that are going to go to my night deck. Like, it was like a foil, like, Shameless Squire, I'd be like, it looks good. But I can't play it, like, I'm not putting it in a deck. That annual fair is genuinely beautiful. Genuinely super beautiful. It's not regular beautiful, it's super beautiful. We need like a, what is it, X Games? We need an X Games of beauty. Actually, I think that's a thing at the moment. There's like an actual current trend called like, or not trend, I guess it's falling off now because of how the internet works, called looks maxing and mogging. And I guess that's like the X Games of beauty, but that's more like vanity, that's fake beauty. Oh, find coursers. This card is awesome, by the way. Charge, movement +1, may carry an ally, which includes your avatar. So your avatar can be moving around and you can be playing drawing sights or even attacking with him. Like, this card is amazing. I love this. And a love potion. Excellent. I now have a playset of love potions. 6 mana. Ooh, that's steep. Elite potion of blind devotion. Bearer has sacrifice love potion. Gain control of target enemy minion here until this unit leaves the realm. Alrighty. I will say the one-drop beast in this set that I don't think is that good is the Grain Sparrow. Because it has Genesis gain 2 life. And the thing is, you can't go above 20 life in this game. So playing these early doesn't matter. They're like late game airborne defenders that get you some life back. But the issue with life gain is that if you're at death's door, life gain does nothing. Actually, I say that. I have a Divine Intervention in my night deck because it's a 4-color card. 4-color. It's a poly-mental threshold card. And I actually was able to clap back with it because I don't remember exactly what I did. I played Divine Intervention and then I did something that damaged both of our avatars because we were both on death's door. So I like saved it. Shadow Strike's a good card. Troll Bridge, Troll or Toll? Troll. Ah, Perilous Bridge. Damn it, I have so many of these. Not the last pack though. I thought it was the last pack, so we're all right. Perilous Bridge is cool though because it says Perilous Bridge, an elite yet incomplete site. Units can't traverse this site's top border on the ground. So that means when I place it, this top border of the card, people can't cross that on the ground. So like the orientation of cards and like how it translates to the mechanics is really like directionally important, which is cool. Also, you go here. You go there. All right, last pack. Show me a foil Ring of Morgan or a Curio Lancelot. Because I definitely need more, right, guys? Like, holy moly. Yeah, this box, again, I said it earlier, the rest of the box had been completely blank. The Green Knight would have made up for everything ever. Pigs of the Sounder, just talking about you. Coin Nixie. Dame Britomart, the Redeemer. So King Arthur is supposed to be like a mythologized version of King Arthurius, which I think was a mythicized retelling of King Canute. Not sure. My old English history is very scant, I should say. But I think she's supposed to be like a callback to Joan of Arc. Dame Britomart, 5 mana, 2 water, 1 air, 1 earth, 3 damage, 5 defense. Okay. A unique mortal on a rescue mission. She comes in with a lance. If Dame Britomart would successfully attack an enemy site, she may summon a mortal from your cemetery to her location instead. Oh, that's really good, because late game, when the enemy avatar's on death's door and they're maybe like hard to reach, because the issue with death door is like you want to send all your units to sort of close out the enemy avatar. But when you do that, when you send a bunch of enemy, or when you send a bunch of your units near an enemy avatar, they could do like 1 AoE control spell, and that just like kills them all. And so you could have Dame Britomart attacking a site, and even though they're at death's door and they can't lose life, she's just summoning people back to send in the fray again. That's really cool. I like that effect. Ooh, and a foil Lake Afunk. You know what's funny is I actually like this card because Sir Tom Thumb. I run a few beasts in my Knight deck for Sir Tom Thumb. So I run the Panorama Manticores, so Sir Tom Thumb can fly. And then I want to run a Lake Afunk, and I want to run a Questing Beast. It's like my favorite beast in all of... I think actually the Griffin is my favorite beast in Arthurian Legend. You know, the one that Lancelot spears. But I think Lancelot also does the Questing Beast, which is probably the reason why I like it so much. But yeah, I just like want cool beasts purely for Sir Tom Thumb. But yeah, Lake Afunk, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Well, guys, let's go over the hits. Let's go over the hits. So, a foil Sir Gawain, I think I already had one. If I don't, I'm very happy. But if I did, I can hopefully find a good home for it. This foil Annual Fair, I'm actually very happy about. I am definitely putting that in the deck. Affonk, I don't know if it's going in the Knight deck. I'm not sure. Bonfire, not sure. Bog's going somewhere. Black Knight, definitely going in. Now we got Dame Britomart, Palace Bridge, Potion. Man. We get any duplicates? Yeah, we got like a couple of Sir Ballins in the same box, I think. There's a Ballin. A Ripley Bogart. A Vengeful Air. Yeah, there's the other Sir Ballin. He's balling. Everything's getting covered up. There's too many of them. There's too many. And then, of course, the absolute creme de la creme, the uniques with the Green Knight. All right, gamers, I'm going to upload this video right away, and then I'm going to link it to the Discord. Enjoy.